Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want you to pause for just a moment. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like life is just too much? Like no matter how hard you try, things just don't go your way? Maybe you've thought, why does it always feel like the world is against me? Well, today, I want to share a truth with you that might just change the way you see everything around you. And that truth is this: life is already working in your favor, even when it doesn't feel like it. You see, sometimes the toughest days, the hardest challenges, and even the biggest setbacks are actually guiding us toward something greater. But we don't always see it in the moment. It's like trying to read a book with your nose pressed up against the page. You can't see the full picture until you step back. And that's what this video is about. By the end of it, I promise, you'll start to realize that the universe, God, destiny, whatever you believe in, has been quietly aligning things in your favor all along. But wait, don't click away just yet, because I'm going to share some powerful stories, timeless quotes from brilliant minds, and one final mind-blowing fact that will make you look at your entire life differently. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's take this journey together. Because the truth is, you don't need to fight so hard against life. Sometimes you just need to relax and trust that it's already unfolding for your good. Now, let's dive deeper into this idea that life is working in your favor. Because I know what some of you might be thinking. If life is working for me, then why does it feel like everything is falling apart? That's a fair question, and I want to answer it in a way that really sticks with you. Let's start with something simple. Think back to a time when you didn't get what you wanted. Maybe it was a job you applied for. Maybe it was a relationship you thought would last forever. Or maybe it was just a simple plan that didn't go the way you expected. At the time, it probably hurt. You might have felt rejected, embarrassed, even hopeless. But then, weeks or months later, you looked back and thought, wait a second, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. That's life. That's how it works. What feels like rejection is often just redirection. Let me share a quick example. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential women in the world, was once fired from her first television job. Imagine that. Her boss literally told her she wasn't fit for TV. But that so-called failure was actually the push she needed to step into her real path. Today, she's not only on TV, she is TV. And Oprah herself once said, I trust that everything happens for a reason, even when we're not wise enough to see it. That line is powerful, because it reminds us that just because you don't see the full picture yet, doesn't mean the picture isn't beautiful. Think about Thomas Edison. Before he invented the light bulb, he failed over 1,000 times. But instead of calling them failures, he famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Now pause and think about that mindset for a second. The reason we enjoy light, technology, and modern convenience today is because one man refused to see failure as an ending. He saw it as part of the journey, and here's the part most people miss. Edison didn't know which failure was going to be his last. He didn't know which attempt was going to light up the world, but he kept going because deep down, he trusted the process. Just like Edison, you don't always know which failure is actually your breakthrough in disguise. Here's another perspective. You know that feeling when your GPS reroutes you because of traffic or an accident up ahead? At first, it feels annoying. Why is this taking me on a longer road? But then you realize it's actually saving you time and keeping you safe. Life works the same way. Those detours you hate are often protecting you from something you couldn't see coming. Albert Einstein once said, "The most important decision we make is whether we believe we live in a friendly or hostile universe." If you believe the universe is hostile, you'll see every challenge as an attack. But if you believe it's friendly, you'll start to notice that even your hardships have hidden gifts. Let me give you an example closer to home. Think about the countless Americans who came from nothing, immigrants, dreamers, hard-working families who faced poverty, discrimination, and loss. Yet many of them built lives of success because they didn't give up. It wasn't easy, but in hindsight, the struggles gave them grit, courage, and wisdom. Now let me tell you something important. Struggles aren't there to destroy you. They're there to prepare you. A diamond is just a piece of coal that did really well under pressure. So when life squeezes you, bends you, or tests you, it's not trying to break you. It's shaping you into something more valuable. Take a deep breath with me right now. Inhale and exhale. Whatever you're going through, I want you to know this. It's not the end of the story, because history is full of people who turned pain into power. Steve Jobs got fired from Apple, the company he started, only to come back later and lead it to become one of the biggest companies in the world. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was finally accepted. Today, it's one of the most beloved book series in history. Both of them could have stopped after the first rejection, but they didn't, because somewhere deep inside, they trusted that life had something bigger in store. Here's something to think about. The things you pray for, the dreams you hold, and the goals you're chasing. They don't always come when you expect. But that doesn't mean they're not on the way. Sometimes the delay is actually protection. Sometimes the wait is making sure you're ready. Because if the opportunity came too soon, you might not have been prepared to handle it. So what do we do in the meantime? We relax. We trust. We keep moving forward one step at a time, knowing that every closed door, every failure, and every setback is secretly setting us up for something greater. As the great Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase." And that's what trusting life is really about. It's walking forward without having all the answers, but believing the answers will reveal themselves along the way. So the next time something doesn't go your way, remember this. Maybe it's not life being unfair. Maybe it's life working things out in ways you can't yet see. And trust me, one day you'll look back and realize every single twist, every single turn was guiding you exactly where you needed to be. Okay? So far, we've talked about trusting life, about setbacks being setups, and about how even rejection can be redirection. But now, let's go even deeper, because there's something about life, something hidden, that most people never stop to realize. And when you finally see it, it changes everything. Let me build this up for you. Think about this. Every single thing in your life right now, your job, your friends, your habits, even the way you're watching this video, is the result of countless events lining up in just the right way. Some of those events felt random at the time. Maybe you bumped into someone by accident who later became your best friend. Maybe missing a flight led you to meet someone who changed your life. Maybe losing that job pushed you toward starting your own business. Life has this mysterious way of weaving everything together, like threads in a giant tapestry. Up close, all you see are messy lines and knots. But step back, and suddenly you see the full, breathtaking picture. And here's the suspenseful part. You're not done yet. That picture is still being woven. Albert Schweitzer once said, "One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful." Pause on that for a second. The very things you're struggling with now could one day be the reason you smile, the reason you succeed, the reason you say, "I wouldn't change a thing." But let's push it further, because here comes something most people don't know. Do you realize that right now, your body is working in your favor without you even thinking about it? Your heart beats over 100,000 times a day without asking for your permission. Your lungs breathe in and out 20,000 times a day without you giving the command. Your body is literally designed to keep you alive, to protect you, even while you sleep. If your own body, on the smallest scale, is already programmed to work in your favor, then why wouldn't life itself, on the bigger scale, also be working for you? Think about it. The same laws of nature that keep planets orbiting, the same intelligence that makes flowers bloom every spring, the same force that keeps the tides flowing in perfect rhythm, is the same intelligence guiding your life. And here's the mind-blowing fact. Scientists estimate the odds of you even being born, yes, you, at about 1 in 400 trillion. Let that sink in. You had a better chance of winning the lottery multiple times in a row than existing as the person you are today. So if life went through all that effort just to make you, do you really think it's not working in your favor? You are not an accident. You are not random. You are living proof that the universe, God, destiny, or whatever name you give it, has already chosen you for something greater. And here's the kicker. If life has already aligned trillions of factors just to bring you here, imagine what else it has planned for you. Now maybe you're thinking, okay, that sounds inspiring, but what do I do when I feel lost right now? Here's the answer. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need the entire roadmap. You just need the courage to take the next step. As Steve Jobs once said, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. That means, even if today feels messy, confusing, or hopeless, one day when you look back, all the dots will connect. And you'll realize life was secretly guiding you the whole time. So relax, breathe, trust, because life has been working in your favor since the very beginning. And the biggest plot twist of all, the things you thought were breaking you were actually building you. So here we are, my friend. We've walked through the struggles, the setbacks, the detours, and even the mind-blowing truth that just being alive is a miracle in itself. And now, I want you to sit with this thought. If life went through 400 trillion to 1 odds just to bring you here, then don't you think it's already working in your favor? That thought alone should give you comfort the next time things don't go your way. Here's the truth. You don't have to rush. You don't have to compete with anyone. You don't have to prove your worth every second, because your worth was already decided the moment you were born. When life feels heavy, remind yourself, this moment is just a chapter, not the whole story. And chapters can be messy. They can be sad, confusing, or even boring. But every chapter has a purpose. Sometimes the worst chapters are the ones that lead to the most beautiful endings. Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." And that's the key. Courage to continue, not perfection, not control, not having every answer, just the courage to take one more step. So here's what I want you to remember. The next time you face rejection, remind yourself it's redirection. The next time life feels unfair, remind yourself it might be protection. The next time you feel delayed, remind yourself it's preparation. Because when you zoom out, you'll realize life is not against you. It's for you, always. You know, I can't help but think of this. Life is like the ocean. Some days are calm and peaceful. Some days are stormy and rough. But the tide always comes back in your favor. The waves always carry you forward. So stop fighting the current. Lean back. Trust it. Relax. Because life is already working for you. And maybe, just maybe, the reason you clicked on this video today is because life wanted to remind you of this truth, that you're not lost, that you're not behind, that everything, yes, everything, is still unfolding for your good. So take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and say it with me. Life is working in my favor. Doesn't that feel lighter? Now here's the fun part. When you start believing this, your energy shifts. You walk differently. You think differently. You even attract different opportunities because life responds to your belief. So if you believe life is working for you, guess what? It actually starts to. Before we wrap this up, I want to ask you a favor. If this video made you feel inspired, if it reminded you that life is not against you but for you, then please give it a like. It helps the channel grow and reach more people who need this message. And drop a comment below. Tell me, what's one moment in your life where something you thought was a setback turned out to be a blessing in disguise? I'd love to read your stories. Who knows? Your story might inspire someone else who's going through a tough time right now. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. We've got so many more uplifting, thought-provoking videos coming your way, and I don't want you to miss them. So until next time, relax, breathe, trust, because life, in all its mystery, beauty, and unpredictability, is already working in your favor